Okay, so first question, have you guys ever visited Toronto before?
I've done 3 movies here.
Three movies,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. We did the It movies here. We used to skate around over here in this neighborhood. This is my favorite movie theater, TIFF Lightbox. I shot a movie here last year, and I'd come to this theater pretty much every day. There's like weeks where I was coming here probably 5 times a week.
One of the first movies I produced, Heaven Knows What, was here, but I didn't get to go. But then we did come here for Uncut Gems premiere. And I've also directed a commercial here.
And then Oscar, this is a question for you specifically. We're curious to know more about the positioning of internet culture in the film. It captures so many sides of the internet and Gen Z's relationship to violence online. So we want to know, how do you want to see these digital culture dynamics shift for young people after they see the film?
I hope people watch the film, and because the performances are so great and you're invited to hang out with these 2 boys, I hope you have an emotional experience with them and think about what is it that we're doing right now where this one boy is pretending to be a public victim online and this other boy is pretending to be a school shooter online. Because I think if we're asking those questions, we'll probably get into something that resembles progress. Talking about it is the first step.
For sure.
What was your initial reaction to reading the script, and what really drew you into Balthazar's character?
I was really attracted to this character because he's something I've never encountered before. I never met a guy like this. I never played a guy like this. He was written in such a beautiful and nuanced way where he's sort of the antagonist of the movie, but at the end of the day, you are always reminded that he's just a boy and he's still humanized. And I found him strangely relatable. I think all of us try on new faces, and whether it's in style or what you're interested in, and that's what you do when you're going through high school or college. When you live in such a bubble, when you live in this high tower that he lives in that's very cold and without love, but infinite options, because his world is the internet, and because he can buy anything and anything can appear in his hand if he manifests it. How far does a person like that go in his search for himself? And it's a very, because of these things I'm describing, the phone and his wealth, the pursuit becomes pretty shallow, And to talk about a subject matter that's so difficult to find a solution for, apparently, to talk about it in a nuanced way is something I've never seen before.
And then Oscar,
Okay.
you recently noted that films like The Doom Generation, Boogie Nights, Do the Right Thing, and Bully inspired these films. For you both, what films have inspired you both in your lives and careers thus far?
Well, those 4 I think are pretty deep in my DNA. But we actually made another video today for Taxi Driver as another movie that inspired our hero Baltazar. We were talking about the character and where he comes from and how he got there earlier. And it is, that's one way of talking about the genesis of a character on the page. But you also kind of look at my co-writer and I, we've known each other since we were 17. A lot of those same movies in that list that you were talking about came out, with the exception of Do the Right Thing. I was only 5 when that came out, but the other ones, we were teenagers when they came out. And I know that those movies, they're deep in my DNA because I saw them at an age where they made me excited about making movies. And I hope, I could add a few more. We did Lucas Moodyson's Show Me Love, and we talked about Election by Alexander Payne, Pusher 2 by Nick Winding Refn, The Idiots by Lars von Trier. The Heartbreak Kid by Elaine May is a movie that I revere and talk about a lot. Straw Dogs by Sam Peckinpah is a movie that just keeps me coming back for more. We could say we talked about River's Edge, Over the Edge, a lot of these movies about disillusioned youth that make an impression on you when you're a teenager. And I hope our hero Baltazar, in a way, I know Ricky and I both wanted it to be a movie that maybe made a new generation feel the way that we felt when we were watching those movies.
I was just gonna say, like, the way that you're talking about the films that you listed, the ones that I have here, and then just the ones that you're coming up with now, like, I feel the same way about this film, and like seeing what you guys have done with it is so awesome, and to be able to talk to you guys about it is so cool.
Aw.
Yeah. And what about you?
Well, we went and watched Nowhere, Greg Rocky movie, and then he showed me Muriel's Wedding, Tony Collette.
Know that
they're-
one?
Yeah.
I know Nowhere. That's like my jam, but
That's your jam.
that's on my list now.
Muriel's Wedding is Tony Collette being a master actor.
Her first performance.
Yeah, first performance is so crazy. There are a couple. There's the older you get, I think as an actor, at first your function as a child actor is to be real. I think in that I was at the point where I needed to explore something within myself, and I started looking at actors' performances like Toni Collette's, or like even at Peter Sellers or something. Some people who are so overly performative, but it always comes from a place of truth with their character. It's their character performing, and they become so invisible as an actor, and they have this armor of this character, and they wear it so proudly. And learning how to be like unabashed in the filmmaking process is one of the most important things.
And Muriel's, she's Ricky and I were just talking, like, she's a liar, right?
Yeah.
But she's the main character of the movie, and you love her, but she's a liar.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's like an interesting friction in that performance that I love.
Were you almost hoping that people would feel that way about Balthazar's character? Where it's like you kinda are like hating her, but like hating him, and then like you still feel bad for him. He's a kid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, isn't that great about movies though? Like I like going to a movie and finding myself empathizing with or relating to or having an emotional experience with respect to this character who isn't like me, who makes me feel uncomfortable, or it's a fun challenge to get the audience to relate to somebody that does things they would never do, right? That's an interesting place to be as an audience member.
So what's one piece of advice that you were given in regards to like your guys' careers that you're glad that you didn't take? This is for both of you guys.
I've had some really good advice. I've had some great mentors along the way, and I can't think of something. I don't know. I also have a pretty good ability to shut out the stuff that I never want to think about again. So if it comes to me, I'll bring it up.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any explicit advice I get, but there's definitely that I got. But there are certain standards for yourself that you set up, even if it's hearing like the general advice of a greater actor who is doing an interview. As an actor, you just become obsessed with other actors and you want to be like them, and you compare your career, and eventually have to get to the point where you no longer do that or wish to do that. I used to say I didn't want to do a superhero movie or something. I always I want to be, which I'm lucky enough to be in the world of real art and real true indie cinema. But my favorite thing in the world is to act. So I would do it. I will do it all. I want to be a superhero. I want to be a villain or a monster or a pathetic weirdo or something. I want to do it all. I want to experience it all. I'll accumulate it, and the standard is just who you're going in to collaborate with, rather than keeping up some projection of what you want your career to be.
Were there any notes that Oscar gave you while you were acting that you really appreciated, or that like stuck with you or stuck out?
Yeah, I'm sure, plenty. I'm sure of it.
Or maybe he just says so much that it's too much.
No, Oscar's a very not overly expressive. He keeps it a lot close to his chest, in a way that I really respected. I think all of my favorite directors they sort of, and like a good parent, leave a lot up to you. I mean, he laid the track for me, and he wrote, him and Ricky wrote a beautiful script, and continue to write it, continue to change it, and they laid the track, and then just always kept me in check, while also giving me new challenges. A lot of the things that we were filming, like the drug trip, or the bar scene, a lot of that was newly written. And these were all some of the most challenging scenes of the movie, for my character at least, where I'm the most expressive and out there. And that's an amazing gift to get from a director.
It took me a bunch of short films to sort of figure out, like, no actor wants to hear, do it like this, I don't think, most of them. They want direction, but they don't want like a line reading, or they don't want you to repeat the way that you always heard it in your head when you wrote it, you know? And getting just further away from that, because the more room you give, I think after you lay the track, the more you're gonna be surprised, like, oh my God, look at what that person just did. I never would have thought of that. And if you give too many things, I feel like you're sort of, you're narrowing it down, and when it should be getting wider and evolving and expanding.
Yeah, which is important as an actor as well, and to be given that freedom, because I'm, you know, for my own comfort, I would have taken the other thing. I would have taken, I'll take a line delivery, or you know, if he coddled me into the exact performance he wanted, I obviously would have taken it. But the room that he gave me allowed me to expand, and the desire to expand.
So I think we'll take turns. So I'm going to start with both of you. Coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee.
Coffee all day.
Introvert recharge or going out?
Going out.
Going out.
Texting back fast or disappearing for 3 days?
Disappearing.
Fast.
Ooh.
Over prepare or wing it?
Over prepare.
Over prepare.
Rewatch your work or avoid it forever?
Avoid it forever.
Avoid it forever.
Fame perks or staying low key?
Ashamed to say fame perks.
Yeah,
Now
getting
then.
there.
Okay. And blame the editor or the producer, too?
It's always the producer's fault.
Well, the editor you can't blame, because you could always get a new one, right?
If you're blaming the editor, you're a bad producer.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a little more for you, Jaeden. Break character or ruin the take trying not to laugh?
Those feel the same to me. Those both feel sacrilegious. But if you're laughing, you're laughing. You roll with it.
Honest feedback or nice lies?
Honest feedback.
Honest feedback.
Cry on cue or VFX tears?
Cry on cue. Come on.
All the way. Can you do it?
Yeah, you guys got it?
I need to hold my eyes open for now.
Safe scene or let's see what happens?
I think we like to see what happens in rehearsal, but once everybody's watching, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you always want to be prepared to pivot, but you got to do all the work beforehand too.
Cool. And then I have one more question. Where do you both see Balthazar now? Like, what's he doing? What's he like?
I mean, are you following him on
Oh,
Yeah,
Instagram?
he posts quite a lot.
He's out there.
Yeah, yeah. We were talking about it earlier with all of the Instagram accounts and the apartment tour. It's great stuff. But
I heard he had an internship for a congressman coming up
Oh,
this
wow.
summer, so that's what he's working on right now.
good for him.
I heard he's got a Bitcoin.
Baltcoin. Yes, I've been following. Yeah.
Heard about-
We'll see. I don't know if he's going to go to college. Will he crash and burn? Will he find his dad? I can see political aspirations.
Yeah. I feel like it would be great character development for him.
Nice. Good.